What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's doing amazing. You know what it is, you know the vibes. It's your boy XX 395 back with another video, back with the vibes. Let's get into it. We're gonna start off today talking about Marvel Rivals, the new season, season 1.5 that's pulling up. We got the hero adjustments. If you don't feel like reading all of it, sit back and listen. I got you. I'm going to go through all of the hero adjustments and then all of the patch notes. And then we have a USA versus Canada reaction. They played a game tonight. Big game. As well as ASAP Rocky beating his case. What that means for the future of his career. And maybe more. So let's lock in. Let's get to it. And let's start going. So first it says, Dear rivals, we're excited to kick off season 1.5 right away with some refinement to our superheroes and villains. As a reminder, players can look forward to comprehensive adjustments to team-up abilities beyond numerical tweaks starting in season 2. Without further ado, let's get straight into the balance adjustment. So first, starting off, we have Captain America. It says Steve will receive some enhanced survivability. His vibranium energy saw will feel smoother, and his ultimate ability will be more attainable thanks to a reduced energy cost. He will be able to shield himself with Living Legend mid-leap, so now he can use his shield while he's jumping. Increase vibranium energy saw's projectile speed from 60 meters a second to 80 meters a second with ricochets ramping up to 100 meters a second. And when it's supercharged, you get 150 meters a second. He also has reduced energy for the cost of the freedom charge, which is his ultimate ability. And that usually takes like 3,100, but now it's going to take 2,800. And lastly, enhancing Captain America's combat experience by separating Sentinel Strike from melee attacks. Captain America will be able to use melee attacks while his shield is thrown or during the team-up ability charged Aegis state to activate the first 2 hits of Sentinel Strike. Additionally, while airborne, using melee attacks will no longer trigger the Super Soldier Slam ability. So it looks like he's getting buffed quite a bit. Strange, I knew this was coming. He's getting nerfed. It says our beloved Sorcerer Supreme will take a modest hit to his survivability. He's basically just getting his health reduced from 650 to 600. That's literally it for Doctor Strange. Groot will be increasing the threat range of everybody's favorite Flora Colossus. Increase Thorn Lash wall placement range from 15 meters to 18 meters. So Groot's going to be able to place his walls 3 meters farther. And yeah. Magneto, the master of magnetism, will experience a slight dip in survivability, but will be compensated with a small surge in offensive ability. Increase Iron Valley projectile damage from 35 to 40. So his regular attacks going from 35 damage to 40. I think he can 3-tap people with that, but don't quote me. He's also getting an increase in Metallic Curtain's energy consumption from 50 per second to 65 per second. Reduce its maximum duration from 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. So it looks like he's getting a little bit of a buff, but a little bit of a nerf as well. For Thor, it said the mighty Asgardian will offer a greater user experience after unleashing Awakening Rune. Unleash the Thunder. Remove the shared cooldown time after the duration of Awakening Rune ends. Venom, I knew this buff was coming too. He's getting buffed. The symbiote menace will enter the fray more menacing than ever with the heightened threat upon entering the battle and a leaner energy appetite for his ultimate ability, which honestly is needed because you have to put in so much work to actually get Venom's ultimate, and it honestly should be lowered. So they are adjusting the knockback effect of Frenzied Arrival from vertical to inward. So instead of hitting people up when you use Venom's ult, it's going to draw them closer to you, which is actually pretty good. It says Frenzy Arrival from vertical to inward with an inward knockback angle of 75 degrees. So they're going to be getting hit towards you at a 75-degree angle. Reduce the energy cost of Feast of Abyss ultimate ability. So they're reducing his, like, the energy cost for his ability from 2800 to 2500. I low-key think they need to up his damage though. I mean, not really, but like his like primary could use like a little bit of an upgrade. All right, now we got the duelists. Black Widow's first on our list of duelists. Natasha's combat effectiveness has been enhanced, increasing the threat level to enemies after using her ultimate ability. Increase the magazine capacity of the Red Room rifle from 8 to 15. Dang. Enhance the slow effect of Electroplasma Explosion, the ultimate ability, on enemies from 80 to 55%. Additionally, it will apply a 15% vulnerability effect to hit enemies for 4 seconds. Next, we have Hawkeye. It says we're sharpening Clint's survival instincts and honing his close quarters capabilities while his ultimate ability takes aim with greater peril. Increase base health from 250 to 275. So he's getting a health increase for Hawkeye. Reduce projectile damage of blast arrow from 20 to 15. Slight nerf right there. While the spell field damage will be increased from 25 to 32. So they like kind of like readjusted the ability a little bit. Reduce the cooldown time for Crescent Slash from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. I feel like that's honestly needed. Increase bow draw speed during the duration of Hunter's Sight ultimate ability and raise multiplier from 1.2 to 1.35. Next, we have Hela. It says the Asgardian goddess of death will cast a longer shadow with an increase to her mid to long range suppression. The damage fall off of Knight's Sword Thorn at 30 meters will be changed from 70 to 80%. Iron Fist, it says Lin Lai will bring fresh techniques to the martial arts mix, enhancing his Yat Ji Chung Quen with both fortitude and finesse. Reduce the damage of Jeet Kune Do's first, second, and fifth strikes from 32 to 30, while the third and fourth strikes will deal 15 damage instead of 16. The final devastating sixth strike has been dialed back from 55 to 50. The cooldown reduction for Dragon's Defense has been extended from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. The damage each hit from Yat Ji Chung Quen will take a hit, dropping a 19 to 10 flat damage, including during Living Chi. However, each strike from Yat Ji Chung Quen now delivers an extra blow, dealing damage equal to 1.7% of the opponent's maximum health. So that kind of sounds like Wolverine a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Increase the additional maximum health granted by Harmony Recovery from 50 to 150. I feel like that's a pretty good buff. A new decay mechanism for the extra health has also been introduced. 1 second after the ability ends, additional health will deplete at a rate of 25 health per second. He's also getting an increase for the maximum health bonus converted from large damage blocked during Dragon's defense from 150 to 200. So I think he can get 50 more health while he's recovering. And he's also getting an increased base health from 250 to 300. So I think they're nerfing his damage a little bit, but they're upping his survivability, which is pretty good. Iron Man. Tony will crank up the heat with his Unibeam, ensuring that even without the Gamma Overdrive, foes will feel the burn. Increase the Unibeam damage from 120 a second to 140 a second, which is a crazy buff, I'm not going to lie to you, because I've been playing Iron Man a lot over the past 2 weeks, I'd say, and I don't know if he needs that much. Like, I probably would have did like 130, like 140 seems like a pretty big jump. Increase Unibeam Armor Overdrive damage from 180 to 190. So they only did, when you charge up and do your Unibeam, they changed it only by 10. But his regular Unibeam is up by 20. 20 damage per second. Magic. The Queen of Limbo will see her damage capability slightly reduced, but the energy cost to unleash her ultimate ability will be slightly lowered. It's time to behold the Dark Child. Honestly, bro, she doesn't need this all or she doesn't need this buff to her ult. And that's just my opinion though. I'm trying to keep my opinions out of this, so I apologize if they seep in here or there. Magic is getting a decrease to the damage dealt by Demon's Rage, her regular state, from 80 seconds to 72 seconds. She's also getting a reduce in the energy cost for the Dark Child, which is her ultimate ability, like we just said, from 3,700 to 3,400. Mr. Fantastic, it says, Reed will stretch his nuisance factor with a greater impact from his ultimate ability. Wow, so the devs actually listen. Because literally all I see is comments about like how Mr. Fantastic mains like hate his ult so much. Even though he has like more survivability than like basically anybody. Like I'd say he's more survivable than Jeff for sure. However, Reed is getting an increase for the spell field radius after landing from flexible elongation from 2.5 meters up to 5 meters. Additionally, flexible elongation will now feature a knockback effect, launching enemies outward within the area upon landing. The recharge time for a single use of flexible elongation will be adjusted from 8 seconds to 10 seconds. Lastly, for Mr. Fantastic, an increase for the damage of Brainiac Bounce. So, they're basically just going hard at his ult here. It says they're increasing the damage for his ultimate ability spell from 50 to 70, increase the energy cost from 2,800 to 3,400. Additionally, a new damage decay mechanism has been introduced. Spell field damage will begin to decrease starting at 3 meters and will reach a maximum reduction of 50 at 10 meters. For Moon Knight, it says the Hand of Khonshu will offer improved reaction times for foes and an optimized damage logic. Reduced the Hand of Khonshu Talon's falling speed. And he's also getting a correction for the damage trigger logic for the Hand of Khonshu. The previous mechanism that dealt 75 damage when positioned at the center of the spell field has been removed, and they're adding an increase of damage to each hit from 75 to 150. So I think they're having his ult fall slower, but it hits harder. Scarlet Witch, we're boosting her survivability when unleashing her ultimate ability. We love to see this. Gain an additional 100 bonus health upon activating Reality Erasure, which is her ultimate ability. After the ability ends or is interrupted, this bonus health will decay at a rate of 50 per second. So, I mean, I guess that's pretty cool. I still think that they should, like, lower the time it takes to pull off her ult, because I think that needs some work. And I say that as a Lord Wanda. For Spider-Man, we're slightly reducing Web Cluster cooldown to increase his offense. Reduce Web Cluster energize time from 3 seconds to 2.5 seconds. Star-Lord Peter's mobility is getting a stellar upgrade. Increase Rocket's propulsion maximum energy from 1200 to 1800. Okay. That sounds like a team up. For Storm, it says we've toned down her Tempest from long range and recalibrated her bonuses, offering less of a boost to herself but more to her allies in the Eye of Storm. I just want to reread this real quick. Offering less of a boost to herself but more to her allies in the storm. The damage fall off of Windblade at 30 meters will be changed from 70% to 60%. Reduce Storm's damage increase from Thunder during weather control from 16% to 12%. However, the damage increase for allies within the range has been increased from 8% to 10%. Reduce Storm's damage increase from enhanced Thunder during weather control from 30% to 25%. So it sounds like her team up got nerfed a little bit. Adam Warlock, it says Adam's damage capability will be enhanced along with a slight increase in healing ability after activating Soul Bond. Increase the damage of Quantum Magic from 55 to 60. Additionally, the damage fall off at 40 meters will be changed from 50% to 60%. It says increase the healing amount provided by Soul Bond to linked enemies from 10 a second to 15 a second. Now we have Cloak and Dagger, my most played character. Survivability and healing ability during the activation of their ultimate ability will be increased, while the frequency, duration, and intensity of the ultimate will be reduced. Additionally, Tyrone's threat level will be enhanced. LOL. Increase the energy cost to activate Eternal Bond, which is their ultimate ability, from 3,400 to 4,000. The healing amount of each segment will be increased from 220 a second to 250. So they're actually buffing the heals that the ult puts out. The duration will be reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. So her ult, instead of lasting 10 seconds, will now last 8 seconds. But you do get a buff and heals from it. 30 more heals a second. The pause time between segments decreases from 1 second to 0.67 seconds. So that means that she's going to be able to move faster in her ult. Hopefully that'll help Cloak mains not be able to get knocked out by Magneto, because I feel like that's such an obvious counter. Increase the vulnerability inflicted on enemies by Terror Cape from 20% to 28%. So Tyrone's getting a little bit of a damage buff. We got Invisiwoman. We're reducing the frequency of her ultimate ability. This was needed. Just if they're going to do it with Cloak, they should do it with her too, because she can get her ult back pretty quick. It just says the increase of the energy cost for her ultimate ability, Invisible Boundary, has been moved from 4,000 to 4,300. Now we got Loki. It says, we're reducing the Trickster's God's ultimate ability frequency while slightly enhancing his survivability. Increase the energy cost of God of Mischief, the ultimate ability, from 3,400 to 4,000. So it looks like they're just moving all the healers up. I don't think there's anything in here for Mantis, if I'm being honest. I don't even think she got worked on, maybe. That's actually interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if they're just leaving her. So Loki's ultimate ability gets changed from 3,400 to 4,000. But for survivability, they have increased his mystical missile charges from 10 to 12. So I think they gave him a little bit more ammo. Team up abilities. Alright, let's get into it. It says will be... Oh, wait, hold on. Last one, Luna Snow. We're reducing her ultimate ability frequency, increase the energy cost to activate Fate of Both Worlds, which is her ult, from 4,000 to 4,500. Honestly, that should be a little lower, I'm not going to lie. She can get her ult pretty quick if she hits her heals, but I don't think she really needed that much of a nerf. I don't think any of the other healers got nerfed that hard either. Cloak and Loki have the easiest ults to get as healers for sure. For the team up abilities, Atlas Bond will be enhancing the capability of Luna Snow's side of the team up ability, increase the healing amount of Frozen Chi from 50 to 75, and the slow effect on enemies from 20% to 30%. Dimensional Shortcut, we're increasing the sustained combat capabilities of Black Panther and Psylocke. Reduce the rewind time for Psionic Disc from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. So it seems like it's going to be a little bit faster. Additionally, the conversion ratio of lost health to blue armor will be increased from 0.5 to 0.8. And they will also get a reduced rewind time for Wakandan Master from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Additionally, the conversion ratio of lost health to blue armor will be the same thing, 0.5 to 0.8. So that's good for Black Panther and Psylocke mains, if you guys are running that team up. Gamma Charge. We're reducing the damage capability of Gamma Overdrive, and Hulk's benefits from the team up. Reduce Gamma Beam from 220 down to 200. I just want to go back and look at Iron Man's. So for the Unibeam with the Gamma, that literally only gives you 10 more damage a second. Nah, I don't think I like that. It says also reduce Hulk's team up anchor health bonus from 150 to 100. So they're reducing Iron Man's damage, and it's only worth 10 more damage if you get the Gamma boost than if you just charge up your Unibeam. And then Hulk's getting less health when they use the team up. Lunar Force, we're enhancing Moon Knight's survivability after using the team up ability. Full Moon new effect. Continuously heal Moon Knight for 25 health per second while within the effect area. Symbiote Bond. Penny and Spider-Man will enjoy enhanced survivability thanks to suit armor expulsion enhancements. Reduce Spider-Man's suit expulsion duration from 4 seconds to 1 second. Replace 50% damage reduction effect with new invincibility effect during the duration. So when Spider-Man uses his team up, he's invincible. Reduce Penny Parker's armor expulsion from 4 to 2 seconds. Replace the 50% damage reduction with a new invincibility effect during the duration. So it looks like Spider-Man and Penny go invincible when they use the team up. And now we will read through the patch notes. I'll try and make this somewhat quick. Read as fast as I can. Alright. For heroes and costumes, the Thing and the Human Torch are ready to rock out and flame on. New costumes, the Thing, he's getting his trench coat. And the Human Torch is getting Negative Zone Gladiator and First Family. So it sounds like he's getting 2 skins. The Thing is getting 1. I'm pretty sure they'll both have 2. Maybe Human Torch has 3 with the extra skins they add. I could definitely see them doing a bundle. And they're doing a ranked skin for him, where if you get gold or higher, you get a skin. Maps and modes. Enter the new Convergence map, Empire Eternal Night, Central Park. New. An extra 0.5 seconds of grace time will be added at the end of overtime in all modes, optimizing situations where games may end abruptly, like when players cannot be detected due to certain heroes' abilities, or when accidentally drift slightly outside the valid range. New. In quick mode, matchmaking for substitutes will no longer occur when a quick match is about to end. Thank God, because the other day they added me into a game and there was only 4 meters left, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I feel like you're tanking my win rate. Optimization, improved loading speed at the start of matches. That's needed for sure. Season Battle Pass and story events. The season event Midnight Features 2 is here. At the first round of Season 1.5 Twitch drops, event is live. Players can earn the 2-in-1 spray and Hella's Great Galaxy emote. Also, stay tuned for a second round expected to arrive in mid-Season 1.5 featuring a brand new costume reward. So basically, Twitch drops are coming out. You can get a spray. You can get an emote, and then they're going to come out with a skin later before Season 2. Players who purchase the Luxury Battle Pass can redeem all its rewards. Players who purchase the Luxury Battle Pass and redeem all of its rewards can now convert any leftover chrono tokens for units at a specific ratio. That's good too, because I had like 5,000 last season. And honestly, I really needed that. I'm not gonna lie. Probably could have got a skin or something. New Season 1 has been split into Season 1 and Season 1.5, with Season 1 concluding on February 21st, 2025 at 8 a.m. Rewards include the costume and crest of honors will be distributed accordingly. In Season 1.5, players will retain their ranks from the end of Season 1. So there's no drop. Season 1.5 gold rank costumes rewards will include Invisiwoman, Blood Shield, and Human Torch Blood Blaze. New. The Crest of Honor rewards for Season 1.5 will feature distinct designs for Grandmaster, Celestial Eternity, and Top 500. And another new thing they're adding is a thing called Hide Your Own Name. And this is for competitive. It's a competitive feature and is now available for players who Reach Diamond 3 and above. Once activated, your true identity will be under wraps during the loading screen, hero selection, and the start of the match. Other players won't be able to see your name right away. After a short period in battle, your real name will pop back up. I feel like that's going to help stream sniping probably a little bit. Career system. Season statistics will now distinguish between Season 1, Season 1.5 with the added ability to filter tournament data only. Account deletion. A new deletion option has been added under settings, allowing players to initiate the account deletion process. Inactivity detection. AFK timers will pause during the wait to respond. Inactivity detection. AFK timers will pause during the wait to respond. Reticle customization. All changes will now automatically upload to server storage, preventing loss due to local issues. Graphics and settings will be optimized. The brightness of some scene floors when the reflection quality is set to off. Discord binding interface adjusted to generate an invitation code only upon clicking generate. NVIDIA DLSS4 is available now, featuring the DLSS multi-frame generation for GeForce RTX 50 series. GPU DLSS multi-frame generation generates up to 3 additional frames per traditionally rendered frame, providing even faster performance for gamers. AMD Radeon Anti-Lag 2 is available now, reducing the system latency, which is the time between user inputs and visual responses. It works best in GPU limited scenarios. Anti-Lag 2 requires AMD Radeon RX 5000 series or newer GPU. They said they also fixed AMD FSR3 frame generation, frame pacing for a smoother experience. And that was for PC. For all platforms, it says fix an issue where some UI prompts in the team voice system would occasionally delay or disappear. Resolved a rare issue where the players couldn't operate after reporting a player. Corrected a variety of language and text issues. For maps and modes, it says they fixed terrain issues that could cause characters to become stuck or clip through odd locations. Hopefully they do that on the midnight map, because sometimes you just be standing there and the building will just like pull you into the building. Resolved various issues including floating, broken objects, collision errors, etc. Addressed several sound issues on maps. Corrected a rare bug in Doom match that displayed multiple players in first place. Lastly, they have rectified an issue in Conquest mode after reconnecting to a match. Indicators such as KO streaks would not be displayed. And that wraps up maps and modes. Now for heroes, the patch notes are fixed various hero sound effects issues. They resolved a series of quirky pairing performance issues between various heroes. Spider-Man's crawl woes fixed an issue where Spider-Man sometimes couldn't use his abilities while falling from the top of a wall. The web slinger can now strike without a hitch, no more sticky situations. Hulk's banner backtrack resolved the glitch where Hulk couldn't be detected by vehicles or mission areas during his transformation back to Bruce Banner. The big guy's identity shift is now seamless. Doctor Strange's portal precision fixed a bug where Doctor Strange's portals could get destroyed if they intersected with broken recursive destruction objects during the rewind phase in Empire of Eternal Night Midtown. The Sorcerer Supreme's portals are now as reliable as his magic. Iron Fist Jumping Jack addressed an exploit that allowed Iron Fist to perform rapid consecutive jumps under specific conditions. The martial artist's acrobatics are now finally tuned. Loki's revival riddle fixed an issue where Loki would incorrectly indicate he was out of Adam's Warlock revival range while transforming within Adam Warlock's ultimate range. Mr. Fantastic's elasticity error. They fixed an unexpected interaction where Mr. Fantastic's ultimate bounce range preview was affected by Cloak's phase state. The stretchy hero's powers are back on track. Captain America Unbound Shield corrected an issue where Captain America's ultimate and he couldn't be stunned by Spider-Man's ultimate. Squirrel Girl's Sonic Surprise revolved a sound issue where Squirrel Girl hit sound effect was occasionally too sharp. Her acorns now land with a perfect pop. Venom's Damage Dilemma fixed a problem where Venom's ultimate sometimes failed to deal damage. The symbiote's ferocity is now fully unleashed. Magneto's Magnetic Misfire addressed an issue where Magneto's ultimate could pass through characters without properly dealing damage. Due to discrepancies between collision models and visual effects, the collision body is now properly optimized to better suit the visual presentation. Portal Peril Prevention fixed an issue where if certain heroes were eliminated by terrain after using their abilities to pass through Doctor Strange's portals, it would sometimes not count as a KO for the Sorcerer Supreme. Now every portal pitfall will be counted. Doctor Strange's visual vanishing act. Sorry, I feel like I'm stuttering a lot. Fixed a problem where other players sometimes could see Doctor Strange's ultimate effect. The Eye of Agamotto will now dazzle everybody on the battlefield. Doctor Strange's Control Conundrum. They resolved an issue where Doctor Strange's ultimate control effect could be overridden by Luna Snow's or Scarlet Witch's control effect, prematurely ending his control. The Sorcerer Supreme spell now hold strong. No more magic mix-ups. Cloak and Dagger's Ice Imprisonment. It seems that they have resolved an issue while using their ultimate. If being frozen by Luna Snow, Cloak and Dagger would remain frozen even after taking damage. They can now break free from Luna's icy grips. Penny Parker's Cyber Conundrum fixed a quirky situation where if Penny Parker was defeated while using Cyber Bond and resurrected by Rocket Raccoon's beacon, she would be stuck in her Cyber Bond animation. She will now be revived without any lingering effects. Mr. Fantastic's Stretch Cancel fixed a glitch where Mr. Fantastic's Stretch Punch could be interrupted by Distended Grip during its wind-up phase, yet still erroneously deal damage. Now the stretchy hero's attacks are consistent, no more bouncing back from unfair hits. Loki's Ultimate Illusion Fix resolved an issue where after transforming into another hero and using their ultimate, the ultimate's effects could remain in the scene if Loki was defeated during the process. We've ensured that his tricks vanish appropriately. No more ghostly ultimates haunting the battlefield. Rocket's Revival Resurgence. They fixed an issue where heroes revived by Rocket Raccoon's BRB occasionally become unable to move. Now everybody can get back into the action without a hitch. No more stuck in place moments after a heroic comeback. Moon Knight's bounce damage fix resolved an issue where Moon Knight's bounce attack would occasionally fail to deal damage. Now his strikes hit true. Winter Soldier's targeting trouble addressed an issue where the Winter Soldier's ultimate sometimes visually appeared to hit targets but would actually miss. The sharpshooter's aim is now spot on. It says, we will continue to vigilantly monitor the game bug issues and fix them as fast as we can. We also have new content cooking. Be sure to follow our socials for the latest news. Alright, so that's it for the hero balance adjustments, the patch notes, and yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think there is some good hero adjustments in here. I don't know how I feel about them nerfing Strange like this. I guess Mantis didn't really need anything done to her. But I mean, I think that she could get buffed a little. I'm not gonna lie. I think that they could probably buff her heals a bit. Maybe like make the heals last longer or give her like another leaf or two. Even though if you hit headshots, it comes back faster. But I don't know. I just think she needs like a small buff. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, they got some good ones. I think they like nerfed like a majority of the healers this season. And maybe it kind of did for some games come down to like who has like the healer ult or like who can get it faster, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how hard this meta hits with Storm and Firestorm, because honestly, bro, if that like makes life a living hell as like a healer main, I don't know. Thank God I'm about to main the Thing from Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm, that's coming out. So I won't really have to worry about it too much, I don't think. But I mean, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage for sure. I seen a video I think yesterday where they can kill any healer out of their ult, I'm pretty sure. I think Double Luna was the only one that survived.